Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Oh my goodness. Y'all see the title, House Panel Approves to Subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell. Now look, I'm going to just say this. All right. Everything took too long. I feel like she's probably going to be prepped. If she says anything, it may not be to incriminate the people who really need to be. I'm going to just say, if certain names aren't mentioned, just watch out. A lot of people are saying she's going to say what they want her to say, and she may get a pardon. That's what the streets are saying. Let's see what they have to say in this video. But like I said before, if she was going to talk, it should have been a long time ago. Now, all of a sudden, because at first I was like, dang, is she going to speak? If they have her talk, maybe she did. And I thought about it. I was like, she going to say what they want her to say. We ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it. Breaking news.
Hi, I'm Diane Macedo. We have breaking news. An oversight committee just approved a motion to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell to testify before Congress. It comes as Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche says he expects to meet with Maxwell in the coming days. Maxwell was convicted of conspiring with and aiding Jeffrey Epstein and is currently in prison. ABC News Justice Department reporter Alex Mallon has more. So we
also, just in case, again, I don't know when it's going to happen, or if it's going to happen. If she mysteriously gets sick or something like that, pay close attention. Because, like, we all know what she's in there for.
Also have Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill following this for us. So, Jay, I want to start with you since this just happened. What's the latest there, and what are lawmakers really calling for here?
Yeah, this motion to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell was approved in a subcommittee of the House Oversight Committee. It was brought forward by Tim Burchett, and it got the Republicans on that panel's support. And so now it advances to Chairman James Comer, who's the chair of the overall House Oversight Committee. It tries to force Comer to subpoena Ghislaine Maxwell, but ultimately it looks like the decision will still rest with James Comer as to whether or not he wants to go along with this motion.
It's crazy. It's like the ball is in your court now. So if he says no, what is that telling y'all? Sheesh, man. Or if he says yes, I mean, all we got to do is listen to the words that she say, how she said it. Oh, man.
That was approved in, again, that subcommittee of his broader House Oversight Committee. But it comes as Jeffrey Epstein from beyond the grave is really tying up the processes of the House of Representatives here. The House Rules Committee, which is a crucial final stop on legislation before it heads to the House floor, had to cancel their meeting last night, and they're not going to meet for the rest of the week because Republicans on that panel didn't want to have to take tough votes that Democrats were bringing forward on an Epstein-related amendment that would release the DOJ records on this case and on Jeffrey Epstein in general, because that would be a difficult vote for Republicans on that panel. They would either have to vote against the president's wishes, who's made it clear he wants Republicans to move on from this, or they would have to go along with that support that they're getting from their base, or that push rather they're getting from their base, because there's a number in the GOP base who have said they want things done on this more quickly. I've also spoken with some Republicans who have said, look, they're not going to forget about this and they're not going to move on. Thomas Massie has said he's going to continue to work with Democrats and a handful of Republicans on legislation that would force the release of Epstein-related records that the Department of Justice has. The earliest that he could probably force that vote to release those records would be after Congress goes out on recess in August. I asked him, is the president at risk of losing support with his base over this issue? And he said he believes that the president is eroding support with his base because he has been signaling he wants both the base and GOP lawmakers to move on from this Epstein matter. And all of this drama is even making it all the way to Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who just moments ago in a press conference said that he supports releasing Epstein documents. He has said that before, but he also said he wants it to happen within reason, with respect for the identities of victims, etc., quote, very quickly, Diane. So this Epstein drama is not going away.
It sure doesn't seem so. So, Alex, what's Blanche hoping to accomplish with his meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, I mean, Diane, this is just the latest unusual turn in how the department is handling the fallout over its decision not to release any more Epstein files. I mean, I've never even heard of the idea of a deputy attorney general going to visit a convicted sex trafficker in prison to potentially discuss what information she might have more than what the department already has in its holdings. And also making this all the more unusual is that Todd Blanche previously served as President Trump's personal defense attorney, and the outrage obviously from Democrats over this whole handling of the Epstein files and the withholding of them is that they accuse the administration of potentially covering up President Trump's personal relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. So the fact that the Deputy Attorney General is now stepping in, given all this vocal attention being put towards this by Congress, including House Republicans and Senate Republicans, and that they're going to try and now step into this process of potentially getting Ghislaine Maxwell to talk on the record about what she knew about Epstein and potential other co-conspirators or associates that she may be able to implicate. I mean, the difference here is that this meeting that Todd Blanche is trying to arrange will be behind closed doors, potentially in the Federal Correctional Institution where she's staying in Tallahassee, Florida. The difference with congressional testimony would be that would be out in the public for all of Americans to hear what she has to say. And obviously, Ghislaine Maxwell has a real incentive to try and tell this administration what it wants to hear here versus, what the public might have just an interest in knowing, because the Justice Department controls whether she continues to serve out a 20-year prison sentence in connection with the heinous crimes that she was convicted for.
And Alex, what's the latest on the request for the grand jury testimony in the Epstein case?
Yeah, so the Justice Department on Friday submitted motions in Florida and New York to judges trying to basically unseal more records that were tied to investigations both into Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. We're still waiting word from those judges. We expect this to be kind of a long slog of a process. This is not a typical, request by the Justice Department to unseal these things. There's going to be judges who are, potentially skeptical of the administration's reasoning here. It's a truly extraordinary step to take to say that, these grand jury proceedings, which are largely private and protected material, need to be released just because of the widespread interest of the public. I mean, there's widespread interest of the public in numerous criminal cases. So what makes this one especially different, other than the fact that it has become such a headache for the Justice Department and this White House?
All right, Jay O'Brien, Alex Mallon, thank you both.
Boy, I already know these comments about to be crazy. So look, it's a lot to dissect here. As I said before, what is she going to say? Is she going to say things that they want her to say? Is she going to make a deal that say, like, if you don't say my name, you can get part. It's a lot of stuff because, she's supposed to be serving 20 years, I believe. And, if they pardon her, it's like the whole world is going to know. The whole world is going to know. And I just feel like right now, with everything, like I said, every day it seems to be a new update. But, and again, you guys, if you notice these videos that I'm doing talking about this stuff, these videos are being suppressed. They don't really want people talking about this stuff because I feel like it's so many people at the top that can be affected. I keep saying on both sides. of the coin. Left, right, Republican, Democrat. I feel like both sides are going to be affected as far as people who might have participated in things. I'll just say that. But let me see some of these comments. Here we go. Don't be stupid, people. Don't think for a minute that she wasn't prepped. I said that. She will tell us all the names she wants to tell us and leave out the ones that gave her the sweet deal. This is a terrible idea to have her on the stand. She will just lie. You know what? Even in the lie, we will know the truth. You know what I mean? So she get up there and she don't say certain names, we already know. So it's, yeah. Yeah. Here comes the pardon for silence. Here comes a pardon for silence. Yeah. A lot of people saying Trump will pardon her if she agrees to not implicate him. And here's my thing. Because you see all you see video, you see a lot of photos of him and Trump together, right? I don't think for 1 second that people really think that there isn't some type of connection there, right? But if she doesn't say his name, the sad thing is a lot of people that support him are going to eat that up. You see, I told you he wasn't, that's what's going to happen. As if, but if she gets pardoned, there's the truth there. There's the truth. Yeah. She needs to record it now just in case she gets lost. Yeah, on her way to the courthouse. Oh my, that's why I said, hey, better get her in there before she has an accident. It's as of today, Tuesday, July 22nd, everybody is, I feel like, is up to date. Everybody is, I feel everybody is like on the same boat as far as if something happens to her, we know what it is. If she gets pardoned, we know what it is. Definitely, this isn't going to be one of those situations like, damn, man, she was just about to talk and she passed away. Nah. It's going to be, she was just about to talk and they did something. The gaslighting is unreal. Yeah. Her days are now numbered. It said, remember, she is not S. You know what that is. When people take themselves out, they're saying she's not that. She'll be paid off. The fix is in. I see a pardon coming. And how do you know when a criminal is honest? Protective custody immediately. I couldn't or wouldn't trust anybody in protective custody right now, especially with her. She is aiming for a pardon, so she will say whatever the administration want her to say. People are seeing right through this, which is good to see. That a lot of people in this comment section will not be fooled. Sheesh. It's like, it sucks because if she says what they want her to say and she gets a pardon, it's like, okay, now we know that she's lying, but at the same time, she's going to be out of jail. So comment below what you guys think. And again, share this video, share this video, share this video, because these videos are getting suppressed, man. Y'all can literally just look at the views or whatever, and you can tell. All right, peace out.